Today, we're really going to deconstruct leadership. We're going to move past the usual inspirational quotes and instead analyze a very structured framework, one that's designed to identify the actual, tangible qualities of leadership potential.
So what is the anatomy of a leader? I mean, really, what are the component parts? How can we actually dissect the specific traits that signals someone has what it takes? That's the big question we're going to explore right now.
The tool we're going to use for this is called Officer-like Qualities, or OLQs for short. Now, this isn't just some feel-good list of positive traits. It's a comprehensive model, and it's designed to systematically assess the core attributes of leadership. So let's get into how it all works.
Here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at the framework itself. Then we'll dive into its 4 core factors. First, planning and organizing. Second, social adjustment. Third, social effectiveness. And finally, something called the dynamic factor. And at the end, we'll pull it all together to see what it means for the modern leader.
Okay, let's start with factor 1, the intellectual core. This is all about planning and organizing. Think of it as the cognitive foundation of leadership. It's all about the ability to think, to reason, and to structure a course of action.
Within this intellectual factor, there are 4 key qualities we need to look at: effective intelligence, reasoning ability, organizing ability, and power of expression. Let's break each one down. And right away, we hit a really critical distinction. This framework doesn't just care about basic intelligence, abstract thinking or being book smart. It puts a huge premium on effective intelligence. That's all about practical, real-world problem solving and being resourceful, especially when you're in a tough spot. Next up is reasoning ability. This is the knack for cutting through the noise, getting to the heart of a problem, and reaching a conclusion based on pure, rational logic, not gut feelings or emotional impulses. But, it's actually a bit more complex than just being logical.
And this shows just how deep that concept goes. Real reasoning is actually a multi-step process. See, it kicks off with receptivity, being open and absorbing new information. That then feeds an inquiring attitude, a healthy dose of curiosity. And only then do you get to the logical reasoning part, which finally leads to seeing the essentials, knowing what actually matters.
And to round out factor 1, we have organizing ability. This is an absolutely vital skill. It's being able to take all your resources, people, tools, time, you name it, and arrange them systematically to get the job done effectively.
Okay, so that's the intellectual side. Now let's move on to factor 2, the social connector. This one's all about social adjustment because, let's face it, a leader can't operate in a vacuum. This factor is all about the interpersonal skills you need to really thrive inside a group.
This factor is made up of 3 qualities that really define how a leader functions within any kind of social structure: social adaptability, cooperation, and a strong sense of responsibility.
Social adaptability is so much more than just being friendly. It's that refined skill of being able to fit into any social setting and connect effectively with everyone, whether they're above you, at your level, or on your team. It really requires social intelligence and a whole lot of tact. In this model, cooperation is really seen as an attitude. It's about willingly and harmoniously jumping into a group effort, and it's all driven by a genuine belief that the team is stronger than any one individual. It's about being loyal to the group's goals.
Now, this next point is absolutely crucial for any leader. There's a huge difference between a sense of duty and a sense of responsibility. See, duty is about faithfully doing what you're told, but responsibility, that's a massive step up. It means taking proactive initiative, dealing with problems nobody saw coming, and, this is the big one, being willing to own the consequences of your actions.
Okay, so we've got thinking and relating down. Now let's move on to factor 3, the action catalyst, or social effectiveness. If factor 1 is about thinking and factor 2 is about connecting, factor 3 is all about doing. It's the engine that turns thoughts and social skills into real-world action and influence. So the 5 qualities that drive this factor are: initiative, which is the ability to get things started and keep them going; self-confidence, that core belief in your own ability to get it done; speed of decision, making good choices in time; the ability to influence the group, which we'll look at closer in a second; and liveliness, that spark that keeps morale high.
So initiative here isn't just about having a good idea. According to this framework, it's really a 4-part quality. You have to be able to originate the action, have the guts to take that first step, provide the right direction, and maybe most important of all, sustain the momentum.
And here's another really important distinction.
The ability to influence isn't about power or command. It's the capacity to get willing and cooperative effort from your team. This framework actually says that this kind of willing effort is the main reason groups succeed.
And that leads us right into our final component, factor 4, the resilient engine. This is also called the dynamic factor. This really covers that inner drive, the grit, and the endurance that gets a leader through intense pressure and adversity.
The three core qualities that make up a leader's dynamic side are simple, but man, are they powerful: determination, courage, and stamina.
Determination is defined here as way more than just trying hard. It's a sustained effort to hit a goal no matter what obstacles or setbacks get in the way. It implies that you're totally locked in on your purpose and have this incredible strength of will driving you forward.
And finally, courage. This framework defines courage not as having no fear, but as the ability to understand and take purpose of risks, and to do it willingly. It's about looking a known danger in the eye and keeping your cool. It's calculated, never reckless.
So let's pull all of this together. Here you can see the entire framework laid out. 15 distinct qualities, all neatly organized into 4 factors that really depend on each other. You've got the intellectual core of planning, the interpersonal skills of social adjustment, the action-oriented nature of social effectiveness, and that inner resilience of the dynamic factor. Put them all together and you get a pretty complete model of leadership. And this brings us to a final, pretty interesting thought. Looking at this whole comprehensive list, you have to ask yourself, in our modern age of automation and AI, which of these truly human qualities are going to become the most critical for leadership? It's a question that I think will really define what it means to lead in the future.